Welcome back, one and all, to the Flappy Jam Showcase Volume 2. I'm, of course, Larry the Chupacabra, and let's take a look at all of these magical, delicious, minstrelification creations of Murgliness. So, the first one we've got up here is the Flappy Bird by Shyam Gulf. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can always check it out in the description for the link, so it don't really matter too much. This is a very simple platform. You're a cute little happy dancing minstrel man thingy, playing a lute or a banjo or some string instrument, and you're going on magical superhero music-y adventures around the globe, dancing over Murgle pipes so you don't die, and the point tracking system goes by hats. Every so many, and you can see them in the description of the game, you get a hat. So there is the Minstrel hat at 5, I was only able to get that once, the Troubadour hat at 15, the Virtuoso hat at 25, so on and so forth until you go to the Deluxe Super Ultra Rainbow hat for 100. And yeah, it's pretty good. I don't have too much to complain about the mechanics, it's just a little bit funny playing on like a spheroid sort of landscape because it kind of messes with my mind. But it's pretty good. Next up, we've got the cute and adventurous world of Little Flappy Cthulhu. This game is... who is this game by? Oh, Flappy Cthulhu is by Madgarden, and it is the cutest little evilest thing ever. You get to fly through these different gates of Vishnuva as the Dark Lord Cthulhu, and you're gonna bring cute Murgly vengeance and destruction upon the world if you get through all of them. And despite what it looks like, the hitbox only includes the main body of Cthulhu, so you don't have to worry about his wings. That threw me for a rope and a loop initially. And I like it. There's good sound effects, there's Cthulhu, the animation is pretty fun. Very nice job, you guys. This is only for Windows currently, but it runs pretty well. And if you want to donate, you should probably do that, because it's pretty cool. Next up is septuple and it was done by Daniel Linson, and it is a gravity reversal game inspired by septuple V. I don't remember the game too well, but I did remember the reference, so it's pretty good. You gotta swip and swap back and forth with gravity as you're pulled ever forwards to try and avoid the doom spikes, and I'm really bad at this. I only got to like 1 or 2 points, and only because like one time they just gave me a free level and I'm just like, okay, I'll take it. Maddening. After that, we have one hosted on Game Jolt called B.O.B by Marcus Ciactro, and it's a Unity game, and you got to try and keep time with this little platform that shoots a laser beam so that you can dodge to the other side so it doesn't make you dead. I got to like 2 or 3 points. It's very difficult, it's very fast-paced, and the timing is pretty uniform, but I have trouble with the blinky and just stuff moving around and trying to keep track, and it just makes me dizzy, but it's pretty good. I liked that. Check it out, it's got a very strong minimalist art style. I'm not super sure what it's based off of, but yeah, pretty good, check it out. After that, we have the Madcap Minecart races. I feel this is less a Flappy Bird and more just an avoidance game, but that doesn't mean it's not so great. It's made by Mark Overmars, and music by Famitracker, and it's done by Plasterware. And let's see here. You just jump over you jump over some of the wooden dealy-boppers. You're going on some sort of crazy dash through a mine. Maybe you're late for lunch and you don't want to miss out on eating your sandwich. Maybe there's a fire of Balrog chasing you. It's hard to say. I have a hard time going from like jumping up in the air to hopping over the gaps, because you gotta like hunch down and then grab your minecart and lurch upwards. But otherwise, it's pretty good. You gotta duck down, jump over, and hop over gaps and such. That's a pretty strong game. I definitely recommend you guys make some tweaks and put this on the Android and iPhone markets if possible. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty simple. After that, we have the first of the anti-Flappy Bird Flappy Jam games of Cannon Bird, where you're not so much avoiding stuff as you are just using your supple bird body to murgle all of these wretched evil pipes for vengeance. It's made by Magpie Studios, Clockwork Magpie Studios, and I got a kick out of this. I thought this was fun. Pretty straightforward. Just shoot the birdie. Shoot the birdie. Alrighty. I just thought like the little power meter at the start was kind of hard to sync up with. It goes really fast, as I'm sure you can see. After that, we have the minimalist winner for at least this Flappy Jam showcase of the Bouncy Dot, an experiment in minimalism by Adrian Shermans. I hope I'm not murgling that name too hard, Adrian. But it's pretty simple, and I feel it's the closest to the core Flappy game. You just flap up through the dot, and you pass through these little laser beams, and you get points. And I got to I think 15 or 20. Maybe the footage will show it. I don't know. It's pretty fun. It's pretty simple, kind of relaxing. A little low on the music side, but that's easily fixed if he's interested in doing so. I still had lots of fun with this one. It's very relaxing and a little bit touchy, just like the actual Flappy Bird game. After that, we've got Flappy Dust, and this was done by Jaracito. First, it's got really good art, which is why I wanted to check it out in the first place. It's only available on Windows. You can't play it in the web browser yet, or maybe not ever. And it's got a very strong art style, but at the same time, there is a lot of stuff going on. You gotta fly through all these crazy explodey chickens and get these little jars of magic dust that I'm presuming is probably crystal meth from Breaking Bad, and then try not to get murgled. My best I could do was almost getting 3. I didn't actually get 3. Most of the time I'm lucky if I can even spawn without exploding. A lot of stuff going on. I mean, it's crazy going on. You can move back and forth, up and down, and dive down. I can barely just flap up in the air and jump up in the air and get freaking dust bottles. It's crazy, really fast-paced. It's maddening. Great for going after the goals of the Flappy Jam and making everyone go crazy. After that is one by the llama, the white llama, called Happy Bacon, and I, of course, had to include this one because I was involved in helping, sort of give some feedback on the creation of Happy Bacon and spur the initial creation of the idea for making it bacon-based. I just jumped onto his TeamSpeak randomly when it offered when I first made that first news video, and hey, what do you know? It's pretty straightforward. You start in this flopping, frizzy frying pan, and then you gotta swirl and twirl your happy, derpy bacon creature all the way through all these crazy evil vegetables that want to murgle you, and try and get to the other side of the kitchen before someone notices and tries to take a nibble at you. The one thing I can say is those broccoli are evil. They will drop kick you in the face from the ground up, instantly. They are my arch nemesis, and I have taken to calling them Broccoli Chan. Dang it, Broccoli Chan, I thought we were friends! This is, of course, primarily available on the Android Play Store right now. Just search Happy Bacon, look for the White Llama. And you can also play it on the PC with the jar. Works pretty well. I actually did better than my previous record with 64. I can't beat that. So, yay! Followed by Happy Bacon is the Flappy Pacman, which is, of course, a Pac-Man Flappy Bird, and you gotta get all them delicious little munchies that keep track of your score through the little pipes that represent the maze. At first it looks pretty difficult, it can be a little bit touchy. That's a very small gap and you're a very large Pac-Man. Let's be honest, you need to hit the treadmill a little bit. And this particular game is done by Sea Thief UK. I mean, clearly you've been stealing the letter C a lot. I have a C in my real name, so leave me mine. I want to keep it. So this game, you just go after, follow these lines of dots. They're a good guide. They make the game pretty simple if you just pay attention to where the pipe holes are. And, the ghosts don't touch you. They're there, and they're kind of distracting. They murgled me a couple times, because they're like, oh god, the ghost is gonna eat me! But they don't. They're just harmless. They're just there to encourage you and to root you on as you go through the pipes. And I got a couple 100 points. That's my high score. Next up, we've got hit space to flap. This is basic. I wouldn't even call this a game. Yes, you do click to activate it, but it's more of just like a funny little critique on how the whole game works, the whole notion of Flappy Bird and its frustration and its difficulty and its sort of addictiveness. You press fire, you hit the pipe, game over, fuck you! And that's it. I got a kick out of it. I liked it. It was sort of in the genre with the Cannon Bird. Very nice job. It was, of course, done by the Retro Arts studio. Idea design and code by Torsten Hartmann, and music by Shadowclint. I got a kick out of it. I spammed the hell out of it and shared it with everyone I know. And of course, last but not least, the whale that flopped right into the hearts of, well, me interested in putting this into the second Flappy Jam video. The Floppy Whale, done in the editor of Stencil, and it's done by Andrew Dorizio. And you're a whale that's kind of like a narwhal, and the Eskimos want to eat your face. So you gotta flop out of the way of their spears, and you can flop back and forth and up and down a little bit. It's kind of difficult. I'm better at just kind of flopping through the obvious gaps I see, but it's pretty good. It's got a strong, very retro art style. Got a nice, soothing background. The sound is pretty good. I obviously play without for the purposes of this Flappy Jam Flappy video. And, yeah, great job, everybody. I love them so far. We've got like another 10, 13, 14 videos lined up for Flappy Jam Showcase video number 3. We might do a 4. I don't know if I'll do a 5. If you have any suggestions on stuff you'd like to see in my video for the next one, if you have a new game that you'd like to put in here, doesn't matter how artsy or not or minimal or plain Jane it is, give me a shout. I'd love to take a look at it. As long as I can get it to work, I'd love to put it in one of these videos. Of course, I've been Larry the Chupacabra. This is the Chupacabra's Lair. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you saw some stuff in here that you liked, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo! Oh yeah, before I forget, there's also a copy of this fancy little Flappy Jam wallpaper in the description you can pick up in case you like it. It's 1080 by or 1920 by 1080p. Just thought I'd throw that in there because somebody asked. Ta-ta for now.